Okay, we're live. We have been live, but now we're live. Welcome to Lawn Service. This episode, we have a very
Episode.
special guest with us, a Data. Oh,
Thank you
so,
guys for having me on.
a Didia Data.
Adidia Data? I don't know who that is, man. I go by Adida these days.
My bad. I'm sorry. I'll get that right next time. Said
Thank you,
Mr.
thank you.
Burger yesterday.
There won't be
Oh,
an even though there won't be a next time.
Oh,
damn. True. But I feel like I should explain to our audience what exactly this whole Adida Gate situation is. It's been getting a lot of traction among the North Penn people. A total of a huge amount. I think about 15 people talked about it. So I think it's really spreading like wildfire.
Hey, I heard 17 people talking about it. So
17 people is a delightful number. Yeah, that's okay. We
it's
can
really
work with
getting
17.
it's really getting around.
I mean, yeah, that's like 12% higher than previous estimates. So I think we're making progress here.
I hope you enjoyed our new loading screen brought to you by Keenan.
What?
Excellent guitar playing, Keenan.
Yeah. I told you in the before we started recording, I said I could record more videos of me imitating songs if you want.
You
I think
definitely
it's.
should.
I think you should, but I think it's funnier if you're just not in sync with the music at all.
Well, you could just have it not sync up with the music you're playing. Like I go through a certain order on the playlist, and then you just shuffle the playlist.
Where the playlist is always one song behind.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. So, what is the tier list for this episode?
Tier list for this episode. I'm so glad you asked, Carson. The tier list for this
Anytime.
episode is sports.
Ooh.
I can't believe we didn't think of this one earlier. Actually, shout out to my mom. This is her idea.
Wow.
Yeah. So thanks,
Thanks.
Yeah, it
Mom.
is kind of surprising. It's like one of the most talked about things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. How have we not done this yet?
Actually,
It's
it's probably one of the least talked about things right now because there are no sports. They don't exist.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Except for maybe horse racing.
Yeah, and golf. I went golfing a few days ago, and golfing is open. I can say that with confidence.
Well,
And
golfing
NASCAR,
never
too.
closes.
People are talking
Nas-
about NASCAR.
I mean,
too.
golfing is a socially distanced sport anyway.
In every sense of the word.
Yeah.
Golfing is no fun unless someone you're playing with breaks their club out of rage.
Or they hit somebody else with the ball or the club out of rage.
Golfing seems like if FBLA created a sport. All right, guys, this is a great networking opportunity. We can go to the nationals once a year, people. Saratoga. And don't worry, there's a healthy supply of kids who just think exactly like you do.
Doesn't North Penn have a golf team? I feel like they do.
Pembroke did.
Wait, hold up. Pembroke had a golf team?
Yeah, I'm pretty
What?
sure. I think Mr. D was Mr. D Valentino was like the coach for it.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure.
find that hard to believe. But okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's just jump into it.
Let's just jump right into it then. Yeah, alright, here we go then.
Don't delete it again.
Oh, I certainly will.
Nice.
Can I zoom in further? No, I can't. Okay.
No.
Alright.
Okay.
Here's a tier list.
What are we starting with?
Backup ball.
We are
Backup ball.
Yeah, we're gonna be starting with basketball.
Okay.
I say A tier.
A tier? I agree.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree with
basketball's
A
a
tier.
fun sport to play and to watch.
It's nice,
Yeah.
fast paced. Yeah, A tier, solid A tier sport.
Yeah, it doesn't really get boring
No.
You know
like,
who
if
gets
you're watching a good game.
You know who gets G tier though? Rudy Gobert. Screw that guy.
Oh yeah,
Death.
for sure, man. Single-handedly became the greatest defensive player in NBA history.
Definitely. In the span of 72 hours.
No one shuts down the whole league, man. Crazy.
I don't think we've ever seen a move like that quite before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, an incredible moment in history.
They
I
should.
don't
They should.
know. I think I could have pulled off something like that.
Yeah. They should put that in 2K. Like, if you spend $200 on their like virtual currency, you can just like shut everything down.
Shut down the league.
They just have like an animation. The players are just like collapsing left and right, just sweating bullets, like that one Michael Jordan meme.
I mean, Michael Jordan is considered one of the greatest athletes of all time, and he's a basketball player primarily. He also
Yeah.
That's
played
true.
baseball for a short period.
Really terrible at it.
Really? What was his baseball stint like?
He did it
Not
because
good.
his dad wanted him to be a baseball player. So he retired from the NBA basically, and then for I think it was one season he played on like a AAA minor league team.
Yeah. And then went
Bruh.
back to basketball. And then I think, did he go back in the 95-96 season? I don't know that. I don't know that much.
I don't know the exact seasons, but I know the general gist of what happened with the
Yeah.
whole baseball thing.
Yeah, but you know who's better than Michael Jordan? Michael B. Jordan.
A lot of people are better than
True.
Michael B. Jordan,
Michael B. Jordan.
including
They should-
Chadwick Boseman, as was demonstrated in the popular film Black Panther.
They
Dude,
should have
Chadwick
a 1v1.
I feel bad for that man's elbows, man. He's had to cross those arms so many times since that movie came out.
Okay, next up, hockey. Ice hockey,
Ugh.
not
Hockey's
any
a
other
very-
forms of hockey.
A
S
primal
tier
sport.
because actually B tier because they banned a lot of the ways the players used to beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the main appeal. I'm trying to watch like they're armored, they're not gonna get hurt that much,
No.
right? I want to
I
see
would
him
say
whack
D
each
tier
other.
because the puck is legally allowed to go behind the goal, and so are players. Like, what kind of game
Yeah.
is that?
That's great.
No, see, I'd rather watch them just smash against the wall every time they miss
Yeah,
a shot.
hockey
Like, that'd be kinda
definitely
fun.
has some of the most gnarly injuries. I mean, basketball is the guy whose kneecap popped out, but like,
Oh yeah.
has anyone else's throat been slit on the court?
Oh,
I don't think
dude,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Also,
think so.
spectators are constantly in fear too because the puck like half the time goes over and just hits them square in the nose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have a really good way of incentivizing crowd participation. It's like baseball.
And the crowds beat the shit out of each other too.
The crowds are probably the most terrifying. Whenever someone from the opposing team gets too close to the wall, they slam the hell out of the glass.
It's scary. Solid.
See, the one thing I don't like about hockey is that it's kind of inaccessible. Like, no one's like, "Yo, boys, let's go out and play some
That's
hockey."
very
yeah.
true. Yeah.
Like, you need pads, you need a big ass stick, you need a puck, you need ice.
You need to know how to skate.
I think they also need to bring back allowing players to hit each other with the stick.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that
I would.
Those
I
were
would
the
like-
good old days.
speaking
like
a
of,
version
of hockey.
you know what I forgot to put on the tier list is lacrosse. Speaking of hitting other people with a stick.
I was just about to say, Jack, I would like to see a version of hockey where it's just the hitting people with sticks part. I realize that you're
That
right.
sounds like
So-
what Kino was saying before, Wii Sports sword fighting.
yeah.
I'd say hockey should probably go in C tier just because it's so brutal the way it was, but it's not like that anymore, which brings it down.
Yeah. Yeah, like it still is a cultural force. So
Yeah.
it's got some like weight to it.
Man, hockey with beating people with sticks would be so great because you'd have people who just specialize in slapping people away with their sticks.
You just get NFL linebackers, teach them how to skate, and then they just like hit people with sticks all the time.
It would be like a crossbreed between like a slugger, a baseball slugger, and an NFL linebacker, just skating down the field, whacking people over the head.
Oh, sorry for this large image of fencing. My
Let's
bad.
do fencing next.
All right,
Yeah,
fencing next.
Oh, they do win the prize for best masks. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
Hold on, let me,
That's
let me
Best
pull it up.
look in general. It's
Yeah. You
Oh,
do look pretty cool if you're playing fencing, but look at the curvature of the sword. The swords aren't real swords. They're like wires that are probably like I don't know, like a half-inch thick maybe.
yeah, but that's what
Well,
older swords were like.
it also depends on the type of sword. Like
Yeah,
if
if we're
you're
talking
fencing,
like John Brown, Bleeding Kansas, Mr. Haley episode throwback. If we're talking like those kind of swords, like uh, then that would be entertaining to watch. Like, why can't you just wear medieval armor and have at
No,
it?
because it was
Speaking of that,
big
fencing was
jousting.
fencing was fought with medieval armor. The whole point of it being flexible is that you could bend it in between the
yeah, the
weak points
links
of the
of
armor.
chainmail.
Yeah,
They
oh, I
would
didn't know.
have legitimate rapiers, and they would, because when people made the rapier, it totally destroyed chainmail because
yeah.
their small holes were small enough for a small pointy stick to go through,
Whoa.
and
This has
that's why.
changed my perspective on fencing. I used to think it was like the Chuck E. Cheese version of like sword fighting, but no.
No,
No,
fencing's
It's
old.
come around.
That's an incredible
yeah,
way to put it.
Fencing's S tier.
yeah, I
S-
say S tier because
S tier?
there's so much that goes into it.
It's
Like
so nuanced and insane.
you couldn't pick up fencing and like if you picked up fencing and went against a pro, you would never win.
Never.
Okay, I think yeah, like more of any other sport, it is like an art form, right? In the same way
Yeah.
you can't tell people let's go play the violin. You can't
Yeah.
just say let's go fence. Like
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I see it. All right.
Like
all right.
like basketball, you could pick up a basketball and there's a really slim chance you could beat Michael Jordan just off of sheer dumb luck.
Yeah, just like chucking the ball in, like there's a percentage chance. Yeah.
Maybe not you're getting lucky, more that he's getting really, really unlucky.
Yeah. But fencing, like no matter what, you're probably actually just going to lose your sword and then you'll be weaponless and running in a circle.
Yeah. They will beat you every time.
Yeah.
What's
Another
next?
thing, a fun story about fencing. So, I'm sure you guys all know Obadiah. So,
Yeah.
ninth grade, a flying tech class, right? We're in the wood shop, and I don't know if you guys know, but in the wood shop there's like the supply closet, right? And it's like a huge
Yeah.
closet.
hmm
Like multiple people can, like probably the whole class could fit in there. Like it's such a large closet.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
So,
do know. I know what you're gonna bring up.
so anyway, uh, Charlie Holmes and some of the other hooligans are in the supply closet, and they find this bin full of dowel rods, right? And so they're like sword fighting around with them, right? And they're like laughing and having fun. And obviously, Mr. Holstein doesn't care because Mr. Holstein's a cool guy. But
Yeah.
anyway, so Obadiah walks into the supply closet um, to get something, and he sees them sword fighting with the dowel rods, and he's like, "Yo, can I have one of those? I'll take one of you guys on." And they're like, "Yeah, right." So they give him a dowel rod, and he whoops their ass, bro. Turns out Obadiah is like a professional fencer.
Damn, dude.
Bruh.
He must have
Just
waited his whole life for that moment.
for real. Well,
Like,
he
when
was
are you
studying.
gonna get that shit? This isn't like England in the 1000th year, right? Like,
He should have got the metal one. Because I know what he's talking about, and there were the metal ones that I would attach mousetraps to and whip at people at like Mach 10.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Class-
they
Yeah, there
were.
was an entire bin full, like you know those like those paper boxes that teachers have all around their classrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one of those just completely full of mousetraps. And one time Charlie Holmes loaded like 10 of them in there and just put them on top. So if you reached into the bin, you were screwed.
Dude, once I was making Rube Goldberg machines in like sixth grade, and just out of nowhere, this kid just snapped mousetraps at me. It was like an episode of Old Max Mofo.
I remember our Rube Goldberg machine in that class. Um, We set
This
up
was
like a
a-
chain of like 10 mouse traps, and it was so annoying because you had to reload all of them to
Oh,
restart the machine. And
yeah.
if you don't know, reloading a mouse trap is one of the most stressful experiences in life because a mouse
It's
trap can
really
literally
scary.
take your finger off if you screw it up, and it's something that's very easy to screw up because of how light the touch needed to set it off is. So, and if you screwed up one, then you basically had to set up the whole thing starting over from the beginning. It was
But you
not a
know
good
what's way
decision.
more scary? But
What-
rat traps are like that times 10.
What's a rat? Is it like the same thing but just bigger?
Yeah, it's so much
Imagine
scarier.
setting up one of those like bear traps.
Bear traps. God
I
damn.
think they have the handles on the outside.
Yeah, but still, like that's even just. I would be straight afraid just setting it up because it might snap and then.
Although I assume those probably have a heavier trigger because it's not like
Yeah,
a mouse stepping on its bear.
yeah.
I don't know. Next up, football. The
Football.
real
I think-
kind of football. This kind of football.
Definitely
you-
top tier.
Yeah,
Like-
I think S tier 2 for almost the same reason as fencing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of nuance in the sport.
It's a fun sport
and
to
it's
play.
got
It's
a
a
lot
fun
of-
sport to watch, and it's also probably I would argue the most lucrative sport next to football too. Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, in terms of like supply and demand, right? Like if you're just like a kid playing football in the United States, you have a better chance of getting like a full ride scholarship than if you were a basketball player or a soccer player.
And in terms of watchability, once you learn the basic rules, it's fun to watch. And then once you learn even more, it just becomes more fun to watch. It's not like to enjoy it, you have to know every single rule.
Football, like it becomes so insanely complicated if you
Yeah,
actually
it
try to
does.
learn like why
Yeah.
people are running certain routes and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Because if the whole game, if you think about it, it's just one person doing like simulations.
Yeah.
Right? And everyone else's job is to act out that simulation as best as possible.
It's
I
crazy.
like to think of it as if they made war into a sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the most like
Genuinely.
intellectual games. At least like
Yeah.
not for
Yeah.
the people playing it, but for the person calling the plays.
Yeah. The strategy behind it is people discount that a lot, I feel like.
Yeah, they just think people
Like,
are just
oh,
like
they just-
smashing into each other or something.
They just run the ball or they just throw the ball. Which if that's all you understand, if that's all you understand, it's still fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're gonna get bored. Yeah. S tier.
Yeah.
Easily.
Football too.
Football too. I mean, this has a pretty good case for one of the top tiers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
It's
probably the
hella
number one
lucrative.
sport in, I would venture to guess, more than 3 continents around the world.
Yeah.
Definitely the top sport in Antarctica.
And I mean, all
For sure.
the scientists on Antarctica probably like soccer too, so we could count that continent.
Yeah.
I mean, without a doubt, curling is top in Antarctica, but like soccer is probably a close number 2.
I don't
Yeah,
think they play curling on purpose in Antarctica. They just like drop shit by accident, and they just like
And they just
try to run and pick it back up again.
They drop shit and they just go, get the brooms. We're moving it back to where we want it.
Yeah, they don't mean to curl, but they all do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So,
soccer, there's money in it. It's easy to play. Like you can play soccer anywhere you want. You can just play it by yourself too, right? Just like juggling
Yeah.
the ball.
Yeah.
You can't play football by yourself. That's just running.
Yeah.
Stefan.
You should never join the Limerick Cup though, so that's minus like 6 points in my book.
Yeah, the Limerick Cup is a scam.
Take 10 points away from Gryffindor.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I'd say-
probably S tier, but like bottom.
Yeah, probably bottom ass.
Rugby.
Rugby is. They tried to make.
I think
it
rugby
really
is
good.
war as a sport, not football.
No.
Yeah, I think so. It's like kind of like if football had more things of like soccer into it, you know?
Yeah,
It's-
it's like
Yeah.
imagine football except no one's a wimp and wearing guards and gear and stuff.
But rugby's way harder to watch.
rugby is war when everybody breaks formation and is just running for their lives.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Football is war, how they like picture how it's gonna be, and then rugby is like when you get on the beach and like everyone's ready for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super caveman sport.
Yeah, for real.
It is
If Grungle played a
get ball
sport.
and run.
Yeah.
It's a lot more individualistic too. Right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like fluid, you
definitely.
kind of do your thing.
I don't think it's S tier though.
Yeah, it's like A or B. I don't
It's
know.
lost a lot of its popularity. Like it's
It's
at least
kind
in
of
the
a
US
niche
it's below
sport now.
C.
Yeah.
It's
I'd
because
say
it's just a basic sport. It
yeah.
is get object to goal. There's no catch. It's just
Yeah.
go.
Just run. Don't die.
Like
I would say go ahead.
yeah, a lot of the nuance comes from the catches. Like
Yeah.
get it to this place, but you can't move if you have it, or like you have to use only your head.
Yeah. There's no caveat to it.
Yeah.
For that reason.
For that reason, I'm out.
Adios. Yeah, the creativity is just not really.
Yeah, it doesn't get
Probably-
the brain juice flowing.
Like
Maybe
Probably
D.
D.
Yeah.
Probably D for rugby.
D for Dietrich. Because Curtis Dietrich is a well-known rugby player.
What's next? The hell?
Table
yeah,
tennis.
Yeah, what do we got now?
now we got ping pong, table tennis.
It's not ping pong, bro. It's table tennis.
Table tennis. That's like the
Ping pong.
marketing labor. They hired some like Fortune 500 company. They're like, yo, make ping pong sound cool. Table tennis.
Yeah. Ping pong's the hobby. Table tennis.
It's
is the
actually a
sport.
really fun sport, and like the ways that you can play it and the things that you can do in that sport are kind of insane. Like the
Yeah.
amount that the ball can curve is kind of wild.
Yeah. The
Mhm.
spin that they put on those is insane.
Yeah,
I'm
like you can
just
say
more
bend it like
impressed-
Beckham, but like if you can hit it from you're hitting it the opposite direction of the ping pong table and still manage to hit it onto the opponent's side of the net. Like
Yeah.
I'm more impressed that they haven't broken as many balls as they should.
Yeah. You'd think with them hitting it really hard.
yeah.
It's not a very strong ball either. I think I flicked it and
No.
it dented.
Yeah. it's-
Probably the Olympic
kinda-
ones are like super nano materials that are
Well,
like
I think we
carbon
gotta
fiber
think
ping
about,
pong ball.
I think we got to think about how we hit the ball, right? When you flick it, you're putting your force directly onto the surface, right?
Oh, yeah,
But in
like,
ping pong, if you see how they hit it, they try and influence the spin, so they graze it.
Yeah.
They don't like
Yeah.
smash it like that. You know what I mean? Like,
That is true.
Also, professional ping pong players have incredible accuracy to a point where I think they could kick anyone's ass if they were playing beer pong with a ping pong paddle.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like
I
they
don't
would
want to
just
see that.
they just sink it every time, and you wouldn't even see
Easily.
it sink because they pretty much always just hit the corners of the tables because it's the best place to hit.
Yeah. They could overshoot the ping pong ball and it would still bounce into the cup.
Yeah.
For that reason. What?
For that
I would
reason, I'm
put it
in.
in A tier.
I'd say A
Yeah.
tier.
What?
Because
Solid.
it does have its limits.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I don't think I could watch ping pong for like 3 hours.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Cause like, all right, like the overall like scope of possibilities gets really decreased when there's just two people and it's like one kind of table. You know, I feel like.
Yeah, even
Interesting.
like the really, really serious stuff, like, is impressive for like 3 minutes, and then you're like, okay, I get it. They're like 60 feet away from the table and hitting it back and forth.
Yeah. Is the variety is what I'm missing. Like
Yeah.
I think they could make it cool if they just added like more tables around the room, so you just watch them like walking around tables.
Or like
Yeah.
angled tables.
Oh,
If they had like a half pipe made of tables, that'd be pretty tight.
I think if they just put a wall around the room,
Okay,
so
have you
can
guys
get out the wall.
But that's basically that's like God, what's it called?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Ping pong.
Okay, there was this
No.
video online I saw. Have you guys seen this of the Coca-Cola billboard in Times Square, I think, where there's like the panels of this billboard can move up and down and make like a wave effect?
No.
Okay, let me see if I can find the video of this, because if you could play ping pong on something like that, that would be a feat.
That would be
Professional
cool.
ping pong games should be games of pain pong.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would
Most of
make it sick.
Most of the boomers who were sports betting when everything shut down started going to Russian table tennis and betting on that.
Yeah, but why not Russian slap competitions? Those are the best.
Oh, I saw a video of that. Russian slapping, that's so funny to watch. Anyway, this is the Coca-Cola billboard. So all these things that are moving out, it's not just like a screen effect. It's like the actual screen is moving.
What?
That would really fuck with their spins too.
Yeah. See that? If you could play ping pong on that?
That's pretty dope, actually.
Damn, dude, Karl Marx is rolling in his grave.
For real. Wow.
Yeah, anyway. So yeah, that was
petition to change the Washington Monument to just put panels on that of his face. He's doing cool shit.
Petition to make the Washington Monument even taller.
Yes. Like, we have the technology. Let's just build another one, like, right next to it, just to, like...
We might as Washington
honor him
Monument
even
too.
more.
Well, it's always broken anyways. We could just make it bigger.
Yeah. It probably the time it takes to build it would happen quicker than the time it takes to restore the current one.
The time it takes to fix the damn elevator.
Yeah, bro. Ever since it got destroyed in that one movie, man, can't even go on it anymore.
Well, ever since the earthquake, you couldn't go in it. And the earthquake was like 2009.
That's annoying.
It is.
All right.
They should build. Yeah, they should just build one right next to us as an elevator.
Imagine it was something like the Tower Bridge in London, where they build an identical Washington Monument. That's like they put it probably 50 feet away from the original one or something.
Across the Lincoln Memorial.
And they put a working elevator in that one, and they build a bridge between the two, so you can just go up the elevator in one, then go across, and you'll be in the original.
No. If they build it, they should build them on either side of the reflection pool, and then put a bridge across. That'd be sick.
That would be a display of power if I ever saw one.
No, but display of power would be if we turned the Washington Monument into a rocket and landed it perfectly on the moon.
But the bridge between them is a rope bridge.
Yeah. And every president has to walk it before they can get off. Well, all the former presidents who are still alive can throw stones at the bridge.
Lucas and Sully are campaigning that beating your meat be added as a sport.
See, part of sports is watching, and I don't know how many people are trying to watch.
Yeah,
that's true.
I don't think anyone really wants to watch that.
Nah, especially not Sully or Lucas.
Probably Sully would, but not Lucas.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
Esports.
Esports.
Are esports a sport?
Yeah.
Because there's no physical exertion or anything, which is the hallmark of a sport. But also, it's
there's
a
lot
pretty
of
big
physical
industry.
Exertion. You can really damage some of your joints playing esports.
Me and the boys getting carpal tunnel in the Fortnite tournament.
But there's also a lot of esports that I think shouldn't be esports, like Fortnite is really, really stupid.
Yeah.
It is just, hey, how good are you at pointing and shooting? Pretty good. That's great.
How committed to muscle memory have you made it to build a fucking Burj Khalifa in 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's other games a lot of the better competitive scene games like Siege and CS:GO. They're pretty good as esports.
You know what's a good esport? Rocket League because it's literally a
Rocket
sport.
League is also a good
That's
esport
cool, yeah.
because
Yeah.
there's so many little things you can do to that car to get the ball to go exactly how you want it to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocket League's surprisingly deep. I don't think it'd be so deep.
It
Yeah.
is.
It sounds it's like a simple concept, but it's like really deep, which makes it really good.
It's because they added spinning. The spinning really like
I'll
the
try spinning. That's a
multi-direction
good
of
trick.
spinning does a lot.
Yeah.
But
I'd say
it's-
just because it's kind of overused, I'd say B for esport.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
There's
true.
a lot of really shit esports out there.
Yeah,
I
I would
don't know,
say
I'm
that
thinking
like
E.
I would say Fortnite is probably one of the worst esports to watch because there's 100 people. How are you supposed to watch
Yeah.
100 people?
But
Yeah,
there's
Yeah, you
also
end up
drop
just
it.
watching like 5 of them because eventually one person is just like dominant and all they do is just focus on the one person.
Yeah.
yeah.
Booga.
There's also
think
like
for-
so many other ones too because people have like League of Legends is kind of boring.
Yeah, I don't understand how that
This
got
is
so big.
against like literally half like all of Twitch's existence. League of Legends is really boring to watch competitively.
It really
Yeah.
is. Like I feel like if you're it's like those weird like book series. Like if you haven't read the books, you just won't get the series. Like I feel like that's kind of where it is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like okay, you're buying a sword. I don't know how that helps you do magic.
Yeah.
But like there's a lot of other good games that you can just understand off the bat, like Rocket
Yeah.
League or like Siege or like CS:GO cuz it's like, oh, they probably just have to kill people. And then
Yeah.
later on you see them plant the bomb and you go, maybe that's
Uh,
also the objective.
Yeah. League's it's kind of inaccessible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think that kind of lowers it more than B?
Yeah, I'm saying like E for esports.
E for esport? I'll take that.
If they cut off a lot of the flack like Overwatch, Fortnite and League,
Mhm.
Yeah.
even though there's a lot of nuance in League, I don't it's just stupid.
Yeah.
Star. What the fuck is it called? What's that Star game?
In the Twitch chat, my cousin would like to know how we are ranking these sports. He specifically named difficulty, skill cap, or popularity. Really, we're just ranking them on what we feel like.
Personal
Yeah.
opinion.
This is not scientific at all.
It's not scientific at all, and yet it is the most accurate sports challenge you'll ever see.
Yeah.
That is facts.
Easily, without a doubt.
'Cause-
Damn.
We don't try and act like we're gonna dissect things, right? Decision making is the culmination of all of those factors. So we're just gonna say what we think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just jump into baseball.
Baseball is an incredible sport.
It's
Okay.
incredible, but when there's shit players on the field, it is horrendously boring.
That's
Yeah.
That is
true.
true.
That's incredible. That's
You need
They
like-
wait 3 minutes in between hitting a shot. Like, come on, bro. That's
yeah,
so
like
long.
the playoffs and the World Series are the only like the good things to watch. Otherwise, it's usually just a bad team against
A
the
moderately better team.
I
no
maintain
against like a set of players that the team usually doesn't use
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
know they're against a bad team, and it's just like, oh, like there's a lot of nuance in pitching and hitting, but
Yeah.
that only comes out in the games of the good players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think baseball is really fun to watch. Like, it's one of the perfect sports when it comes to if you're just trying to like. It's a cool date sport. It's a cool like hang out with the family sport. Cause
It's a good ambient sport.
Yeah, it's good background noise most of the
Yeah.
time.
yeah.
It's like The Office, good background noise, nothing else.
Yeah.
Except
when
for
Ryan first
Scott's
told me
Tots. That's a good episode.
when Ryan first said that about how The Office is just a background show, I didn't believe him at first, but then I tried it, and it's honestly an incredible experience.
Yeah, because the people who say that they've watched The Office 9 times, you really haven't sat down and watched it 9 times.
Yeah, you really
I don't-
only sit through it once.
Yeah.
Barely. It's
Yeah,
Yeah, like I'm in the middle of watching it for the first time. I'm on the last season, and I consistently find myself just like browsing Instagram or something during it, because like it
Yeah,
gets kind of boring.
it's
Yeah, it really
the
is, like-
perfect. It's the perfect background.
Like usually in most episodes, there's like one really nice scene,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then it's just kind of okay.
Well,
they're in
it
the
Someone should
also
make us-
it got so caught up in topping itself. Like some of the earlier seasons were grand because they
Yeah.
weren't constantly trying to top episode like something that happened 50 episodes prior.
Yeah.
And like eventually it's just like this is stupid. The characters
Yeah.
wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
I really suffered, I think, like from the foundation of the show. You can't make a 10-season show about shit that goes on in an office because
No,
like
you
it's just
can't.
inherently a boring thing.
Yeah.
You can really just make like 4
You can-
seasons.
Yeah.
They should have had Michael leave earlier. They shouldn't have had a Holly leave. And I think they probably should have ended like season 4.
I mean,
Or
what's
could've
annoying
changed the
now
ending.
is that now that I've gotten into the last season, it's like the guy who plays Andy is now just trying to fill the shoes of Steve Carell.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he wasn't
Yeah.
doing it before, like he was his own character and I hated him, and the only funny part was that he was getting cucked by Dwight. But now that he's just trying to be Michael Scott, it's not like I hate him even more.
Well, they made Andy a hateable character and then tried to make him likable in the last season because they got rid of Michael and they needed a new boss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He was the worst character. He was the one he was out of all of the people who like migrated from the other branch of Thunder Mifflin, he was the only one I wanted to leave. Because he was kind of a
Yeah.
bitch the whole time.
yeah, like can you just imagine like you're just in that office and you see some like dickhead from Cornell just like singing in falsetto. But what are you doing? Like, it's kind of
Yeah.
Okay, back to the topic.
Shit.
Baseball. I said.
yeah.
Baseball. B for background noise.
Yeah. B for
I agree.
background. Not B for baseball. B for background.
B for
Oh,
background.
Dennis. Is that what's next?
Tennis is minus 18 points because it has Serena Williams, who is the biggest dickhead in the world.
Okay.
She would beat Michelle Obama in a fight, though.
She would beat Michelle Obama in a fight, and if you disagree, you're probably an idiot. But Serena Williams is a really big dickhead.
Could you elaborate on that?
I remember she yelled at she screamed and like threw a fit during
Yeah.
a tennis game, and the ref threw her out, and then she threw a fit saying the ref was like anti-women when it was a
Yeah.
women's tennis game.
I remember that. Yeah. The players are kind of pussies.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I had the option of picking a picture of Roger Federer or Serena Williams, and the picture they had of Serena Williams was kind of bad, so I picked Roger Federer.
Yeah. Why does tennis breed some of the most baby ragey people? Like,
I think because if you're really good at tennis, right? It's like an ego boosting sport. It's a one person
true.
show.
Yeah.
There's so
It's
much pressure
all-
and like you can only blame yourself. So you kind of have to
It's-
create this.
Yeah,
It's-
it's like
yeah,
it's like when soccer
all
players
you.
get touched, kind of.
no,
Mhm.
soccer players roll over when they get touched because it gives them a serious advantage.
Yeah.
It does, like statistically, like they're better off going for those fouls and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, will one
even-
of our 5 viewers please join Sully in the listening party? He's getting lonely.
But like if you roll over and the refs notice but they don't think it's a call, they still have to stop the game, which means you get drop ball, which means if it's like defensively on your side, you're at an advantage because it's really easy to just boot it out of there once it's drop
Yeah.
ball.
True.
Thanks.
Tennis, like it's a sport
It's
filled with a bunch of baby ragers. As soon as they implement a rule that says, "Do not break your tennis racket, otherwise we'll throw you out."
It's another background sport, but it's like not quite baseball level.
Yeah, it's like one of those
Yeah.
sports that like if it's on at the Olympics, okay, you're gonna watch it because it's the Olympics. But like, are you really enjoying it?
Yeah, the only time tennis is good is Wii Tennis.
That might have been a false statement.
ET.
Is tennis even in the Olympics?
I don't think
Yes,
it is.
No.
It
No,
is?
it is.
Oh, my
You know what
bad.
it is in the Olympics? Badminton, which is an insane sport, and it should be in
Badminton's
Double
Badminton
S tier.
is so cool.
Oh, I think
Badminton's
badminton
S
falls
tier.
under the same curse. Badminton, ping pong, oh sorry, table tennis and tennis fall under that same thing of like eventually every shot kind of looks the same.
Badminton is inherently more fun to play though.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Tennis-
sure.
There's not as steep of a learning curve as tennis. It's like
Tennis
the
is
birdie
fun
moves
once
pretty
you get
slow, and you can whack the shit out of it.
True.
Once you
I'm-
learn tennis, it's really fun, but the learning curve is kind of a bitch.
No,
but yeah,
but I'm-
badminton is really fun.
I think it's
Badminton
really
is
chill.
just swing thing fast, and you'll probably get it right.
Yeah,
It's chill until you run across someone who can actually hit it like they do in like in like actual sport, like badminton games, and then it
That's
just
true,
sucks.
Yeah,
Ben
'cause of the-
Curley.
Sid.
He was a ruthless.
Sid.
He was a ruthless bastard in gym badminton. We would be against
Damn.
rookie teams. We went undefeated because Ben would just whip it at them Mach 10. And he would be like, and I'd just sit there and I'd go, well, I don't know what you want me to do. You gotta hit it back if you want me to play.
So wait, where are we?
Tennis is like bottom of D tier.
All right, fair.
but badminton is.
I
Badminton's
don't
S
like
tier.
sports full of babies. Badminton is S tier.
Okay. I mean, B
I would
for
put it. I
badminton
would put it
is fine.
above football personally.
I
That's just
would.
me, though.
I'm
I
thinking
wouldn't put
below
it above.
soccer.
Yeah,
Below soccer.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
yeah.
Pickleball. Special request by Carson.
What the hell is this?
By the
What?
way, when I looked up pickleball,
Stupid.
literally all of the images were of old people.
Well,
It's
yeah.
It's just big ping pong because old people don't have as good of accuracy as young people.
Yeah, it's like sucks. Get that in F tier.
Yeah.
The rules of serving alone too. I didn't even get to play it, and I heard it. I just heard about it, and it was awful.
Curling.
Oh,
Greatest sport in human history.
Agreed. It's
You will
chill.
never- You will never see so people hyped over such a mundane sport.
It's the
then,
only
like-
sport where if you do home chores, you can be world class at it.
Yeah. Like, oh my god. Winter Olympics. This is the sport everyone gets super hype over. They're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, they're doing the curve around and they're gonna knock it out onto like a 5. This is insane. And I'm like, I don't care what they're saying. Everybody's so excited over this stupid metal limestone disc going on ice.
It's so cool.
Yeah, like they're just brooming stuff. Like the one guy, all he does, his whole career, is just figure skating in that one position and
Yeah,
then letting go of it. Like that's insane to me. It's so like the rolls are so small but so big at the same time.
So
Yeah,
you're putting
like-
curling top of S?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
not
above
top.
fencing.
Above
Above
football?
football.
I think above football. Because there's equal hype to football, but there's even more nuance. Like, even if I...
equal hype to football, but you don't go into Dick's Sporting Goods and see fencing material, man.
No, not fencing.
Or
Curling.
curling material, for that matter.
Oh,
You
sorry,
don't
sorry,
see
sorry,
curling
curling.
material because there's no ice anywhere. It's not a... It's,
Especially.
it
Well, you
has
don't see
no
hockey
access... Yeah, it has no accessibility. But there is too much hype behind it.
It kind of elevates it that there's no accessibility.
Yeah.
Because
The
Hey,
there's
fact
that
that the
no.
people in the Olympics are like part-time school teachers and stuff is just so cool to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like the one like actual amateur sport still
yeah,
out here.
so good.
Next up, croquet, the gentleman's game.
This is cool, but really shitty and on your lawn.
This is like golf before they had like good enough lawnmowers to make it a bigger course.
And then
Yeah.
cut holes. Yeah.
It's just shittier versions of a lot of sports.
Yeah,
F tier.
yeah, like
No.
it's like when you'd watch like war movies, but they just had sticks. Like, bro, just get a sword already, you know?
Yeah.
It's also like polo, but minus the horse and minus hitting it as hard. Like
Mm.
it's so many things, but just worse.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I'll give it-
polo, water polo should be played with seahorses or like dolphins or something.
You
Not
should ride
seahorses.
something.
Seahorses are like 3 inches tall at the most.
Also,
Yeah,
speaking of
power.
polo, new Summer Olympics sport idea is like the big water jousting thing. You know where you stand on the wobbly platforms with the big batons?
Yeah.
Bro, that'd be sick. I want to watch people do that in the Olympics.
Get log rolling on the Olympics.
Log rolling.
I will give the one thing croquet has it for it is kind of on this other side of it. It's the shittier version of a lot of sports. It was also the base of a lot of sports.
Yeah, it's really easy to come up with croquet. You go, me hit ball with stick through hole
It hit
or
wooden.
loop, and they just go, oh, caveman like me like hit rock.
Yeah, but think
That
of
being
it this
said,
way.
it's still F tier.
Given the
Yeah,
opportunity to play street hockey or ice hockey, which one are you gonna play?
Street hockey.
Because I don't
Yeah.
have ice.
No,
Yeah,
but
I
like,
don't.
If there was an ice rink and just a street right next to me, I'd probably go play ice hockey because I like ice. It's
no, but
fun
like,
to
let's
fall down.
say you can press a button and you're just teleported into either scenario and you're decently good at both sports. Which one are you choosing?
Oh, then ice for
Probably
sure.
ice.
Ice, because
Yeah.
it's also
That was
not
my
as
point.
bad to fall down.
Yeah.
Like street,
Yeah.
you're going like 10 miles per hour. You fall down, you're gonna get oh man. But
It's like
ice,
an entire.
ice will
sorry.
just slam and you'll slide, and I
Mhm.
don't really
Yeah,
mind
you
that.
might get a bad bruise or something, but you can't
Yeah.
really like. You won't like fuck up your face.
I've
really, really bad.
snowboarded before. I've eaten shit on ice.
Yeah.
Um,
What's next?
What the
looks like
fuck is
cricket.
that?
It's cricket.
Oh, cricket. That's S tier. We gotta go.
Nobody
F tier.
understands this sport.
That's the point.
Listen to the Indian.
Okay. All right. Here's the idea of cricket, right? It's such a simple sport, such an
It's
elegant
not,
sport.
though.
The very idea is just hit the ball far enough. Like that's it.
It's just
And the
baseball
goal of
with no
defense?
brim.
Yeah. And the idea of defense is just don't let the ball go far. And so you get a game founded on such basic ideas, but it's still like kind of entertaining, right? No ad breaks. It just goes on like for 2 hours and then you're done.
I'll admit, it sounds like such an appealing game, but no matter how many times I get it explained to me, I will never understand it.
I've literally played cricket like 16 times in gym class. I still don't get it. Because
I think my
What?
brain only has room for baseball or cricket, and I already know baseball, so I can't learn cricket.
it's like like back when I was young, my cousin came up with this game called Mexican baseball, where it was just do until you're done. Because the rules were so complicated and there was no way to understand it or remember all the rules. I feel like that's what cricket is to me.
By
It's
the way
just
you were
Mexican
saying it, it sounded
baseball.
like it was just baseball, but you're not allowed to wear regular hats. You just, or a glove. You just wear a sombrero.
No, it was like baseball, basketball, and like a bunch of other shit combined into one, and it was really, really confusing.
Okay, let's put it to this then. If in a country, if you have basketball, baseball, football, you don't really need cricket. But if you only have soccer, cricket is essential because you still need to watch something get like a ball getting hit with a bat, you know?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do need to see. You do like cricket is one of like the part of stationary sports where you have people sitting still for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer,
Yeah.
if you're sitting still, you're probably playing wrong.
Or you're the goalkeeper.
Yeah, the goalkeeper's
Yeah.
always a lazy bastard who's just tall and hit hard.
Yeah, they're
And
like the
able-
kids always
able
trying to
to-
like touch rim. Like that's that kid.
Yeah.
They're just good at guessing where the ball's gonna go, and that's it.
It's not even that. You just have to be good at falling over fast. Because
Yeah.
they're always gonna hit it to one of the corners.
Yeah.
So, cricket.
Cricket, B for replacement.
Yeah. B is like baseball under different tropical climates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
The
Uh,
whole
track
generic
and-
sport of track and field.
Oh boy.
Speed walking is an S tier sport, but there are like I don't think there are any that are F tier. They're
No.
all really, really cool.
Yeah, every track and field sport, you could actually watch it for a good like 45 minutes.
And
Yeah, like-
you can get a scholarship for the majority of track and field sports too.
Yeah.
And
That's kind of
Uh,
shocking. Like, how is that still? How? I don't actually
Like,
what is the
congratulations,
process?
you can use a long pole to spring yourself over another long pole, and wow, you've just scored yourself a free ride to college.
Got a free ride. Got a free ride to Harvard on my discus throwing.
discus is so cool because it's heavy and you spin in circles a lot.
Dude, I love discus, javelin, and shot put.
I wish more people got good at throwing heavy projectiles. Like there should be
Yeah.
more sports based off of. Okay, here's like a 100-pound rock. Throw it as far as you can.
Also, javelin had some pretty gnarly injuries. Like that one guy at the Olympics threw the javelin.
There used
and
to
he hit
be-
and he hit a runner, right?
There
What?
used to be
What?
a
Yeah.
There used to be a picture of a girl in like the gym trophy case with a javelin in her foot, just smiling. The only reason I know about that is because I like there was this one kid who complained all the time, and somebody had seen that in the school, and they were like, "Be more like this girl. She got a javelin in her foot, and she's still smiling."
Dude, that's so funny.
Uh,
Yeah, I think track and field's probably A tier.
Yeah.
Same.
Agreed.
This one personally suggested by Ditty, wing gliding.
Yes. I think this is one of the greatest sports in terms of just adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
It's insane. I've never done it. I'm never gonna do it, but I like watching people do it and then crash and end their lives because like it's commitment.
Yeah. In terms of highest risk, it's probably the most highest.
I mean, it's wild. You're doing everything that your body tells you not to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think they should go faster. Like, if wing gliders started breaking the sound barrier, then it would be cooler.
I think you'd die. if
No, you
broke
could probably
this
make a
out.
suit. There's probably a suit for that.
Yeah.
How much?
But wing gliding will not gain my respect until I go deft from being next to the wing glider when he takes off.
okay. So would you suggest rocket propelled wing gliding?
I don't know, put him in a slingshot or some shit.
Sully
I
and
want
my
him
cousin.
faster.
Sully and my cousin are both advocating that they would love to try wing gliding. How about you guys
Yeah,
try bungee jumping instead, but we'll just give you a regular rope.
Would you guys like to try supersonic wing gliding?
Yo, Jack, what the hell, man?
I'd
but-
say we should.
Normal wing gliding or supersonic wing gliding? I'm saying supersonic.
Oh, supersonic for sure.
Easily supersonic. As a
Like
spectator
if-
sport,
Yo,
If
wait a
somebody said here you have the opportunity to go supersonic in a wingsuit, I'd go hell yeah, because I know the first 5 trees I hit, I'm gonna do more damage to the tree than it's gonna do to me. But after that, I'm dead.
Mr.
Yo.
Berger says equal and opposite force.
Yeah, but most of it will be done by the air, so I'll be fine.
Yo, think about this though. Wing gliding is as close to Quidditch as we could get.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but we have
without
a
any of
limited
the
flight
balls or
time.
hoops or being able to
No,
change
you
direction.
can construct a hoop and then fly through it. Yeah.
I think
Imagine,
should-
imagine having like a hoops course you have to fly through in the wingsuit.
wait, we
Yeah,
could
that's what I'm
we
saying.
could do Quidditch now. We just give people those water like jet
Oh,
boards. And we have it out in the sea, and they just fly around and they throw the balls around. That'd be so cool. That would actually be an S tier sport, I think.
I would enjoy that a lot.
Because
But it's
movement
not.
in 3D space is way cooler than movement in 2D space.
Mm.
Like
true.
all of these sports are super 2D. Even wing
Yeah.
gliding, it's just
Yeah.
curved 2D.
So
True.
3D.
Like-
Oh, do you want to make it A for like at least air? Like at least
Yeah.
it's something.
Yeah, A for air.
Yeah.
There's not much nuance in it.
We could put it as S for supersonic.
No,
No,
supersonic
but it's
is
not
S tier,
S,
but
though.
it's not supersonic yet.
Yeah.
Because supersonic, you feel a lot safer because you're gonna kill a lot of trees before you get hit by one.
Yeah.
Bowling,
Next up.
the James
Bowling.
Carnell sport, and apparently Carson Francis's brother's sport.
Oh my god.
Bowling. Bowling's such a dad sport.
Okay, but
It's
Wii
also-
Sports bowling?
No, that's
I'll
a
be with
that's a man's
That's a
sport
classic.
right there.
You can't say that
Yeah.
there was a sport you wanted to play more on Wii Sports than bowling.
That's fair.
Yeah. Especially the 100-pin one. That one was fun.
True.
Because you'd go, guys, I got all 100 pins, but then you find out it's pretty easy. You just yeet the ball as hard as you can.
Yeah.
But
I
bowling,
want to see that in real life.
yeah, bowling
100-pin
is
bowling.
too doable.
Imagine the machine that the bowling lane would have to have in place to reset all the pins and how long it would take.
That'd be insane.
Because it already takes
dude.
decently long to do it. But then
It probably
Multiply
takes
that
the
times
same amount
10.
of time.
Yeah, I think bowling's just one of those social sports where it's just like more about the vibe when you're
it's
actually.
like you don't invite your friends out to play football. You invite them out to go bowling.
Well,
Yeah.
you don't
It's not
invite
something
your
everyone's
wussy
good
friends
at.
out to play football.
Besides James Carnell.
Yeah, but bowling is it's too easy to reach the top.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like-
Bowling it's a background sport.
Yeah.
It's something like you're supposed to have a conversation, be like, "Oh shit, hold up, I got to bowl real quick," and then you just continue again.
Yeah, but
And
I don't.
bowling's a-
It's stupid to go pro because you're gonna get perfect 300s every time, and you're gonna go, well, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to do after you get perfect 300s every time, and it's
You can
not impossible to do.
beat bowling, which kind of lowers it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Perfection is very black and white in this sport. You just get
Dude.
the numbers.
Once you achieve it, what are you gonna strive for? You can't get there faster. You
yeah.
can't get higher.
Yeah, what happens
You
if two people get a perfect score in a match?
I think they just do it again,
Yeah.
where
That's
it's
kinda
like
stupid.
sudden death.
They should play without bumpers.
All
I'd
right.
say
You want to put? Let's see.
kind of feeling C tier.
I'm feeling like D tier, like because like let's look at some of the
Really?
sports we have here. Right?
Yeah, that's
Tennis,
true, actually.
rugby.
Wait, you're
It's
putting
not-
bowling
yeah.
in D tier?
I don't know. It's C tier. It for a solo sport. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, I would put it
Because
not
you
as high
have
as
no-
baseball, but like at least a little bit under.
You have no one directly interfering with you reaching your goal. All the other ones you have, except for
True, I didn't think of
squirrel suiting or whatever. I forget what it's called. Like
that. Wing gliding.
yeah, wing gliding. Oh no,
That's
curling too.
No, but the other
No.
team curls on the same field.
Yeah. You do have people like bowling. No one's directly in your way, except maybe if you're really bad at taking criticism and somebody goes, "You suck" right before you bowl.
Yeah, you gotta deal with some like menacing stares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can still talk. They don't have to be menacing stares. They can just, like, if they're real assholes, they could just straight up push you.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or they could mess up the grease
What are
patterns.
bowling roasts like? You will never roll like your father did.
If you get a strike, I'll cut all your fingers off, and you'll never bowl again.
Still the only ball you'll ever have.
I switched your 10-pound ball with a 5-pound ball. It'll move too easily.
Oh.
I drilled the holes extra big.
The holes are all slightly too far apart.
You didn't gain weight. I just put your extra bowling ball between your flabs.
It probably has some of the best insults though.
You
There's some
are
really good
human
bowling. There's some really good bowling trash talk.
There's this one there's this guy in the early 2000s, I think, who single-handedly, no pun intended, brought bowling back.
For
I forget
real.
his name, but if you just search up like guy who brought bowling back, he just pops up, and it's like a really cool video.
Was it Michael Kreller from 1323 Downing Street?
You tell me, man.
I don't know.
Let me guess, Keenan. You also have his exact IP address and his tax information for the last 10 years.
No.
Not yet.
Michael Kreller's not real. There's nobody named Michael Kreller.
All right, pool sports.
Aquatic
They're
sports?
cool. Because it's
They're
really
pretty-
easy to add a catch to pool sports. It's just you're in water, and water's a pain in the ass at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wish there were more sports where you were underwater.
Yeah, that's
Imagine-
true. It's all
Yeah,
all
imagine
above
like darts, but you have to play it wearing scuba gear, completely submerged.
Or
or
like
like
polo,
What?
but like you're just completely underwater.
Wait, how are you gonna throw a dart underwater?
No, but it's like one of those water dart things, like it's weighted, so you can throw it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you probably could
Yep.
throw a regular dart underwater if I'm not wrong. It just wouldn't stick to anything unless you had an underwater dartboard.
It's,
I
it's
think-
one of those body augmentation sports. Like, the human normally can't do this. But, like, you gotta
Yeah.
have that.
okay, hear me
Yeah.
out. Free diving.
Water.
to
I mean, water polo.
Oh, yeah.
If you were completely underwater for the whole thing, would be sick.
It would be.
It'd be
And I would
terrible to
actually
watch.
respect the water polo team.
How would you watch that though? Like,
Waterproof cameras.
Yeah, that's facts.
true.
Okay, so free diving. Okay, so you dive down. You have to go through an obstacle course, and then at the bottom there's like a bucket with air in it, and then once you reach that, then the first one will get there. But you have to
Nah,
go through
nah,
like
nah.
a-
Even
I'm
better.
pretty sure there's a YouTube video of a guy who can hold his breath for 17 minutes. So if that guy was one of the free divers, literally everyone would be screwed.
Even better. What happens is you're all the way up on like the 75-foot like dive thing, and somebody
Oh.
throws a bottle cap in the pool, and you have to find it and get it. And the person who does it in the shortest amount of time wins.
That'd
That's
be
an
pretty
incredibly fun
actually.
game to play.
Yeah, it's just competitive dibble, but it's really really hard because you're like, I don't know, like almost 100 feet away from where the bottle cap would be.
Yeah, that'd be really fun actually.
Yeah.
So pool
That's what we
sports
do.
as a whole, I would put them in D for Republican.
Yeah. I was so taken aback when you put that on my. I didn't even know about that because they
Well,
don't
can
really
you
bring it
explain
up.
Could you explain the?
Everybody on the swim team is oddly Republican.
Yeah,
Literally every single person.
you haven't noticed this?
Not really. No, I guess like when you spend that much time and that many years with the same group of people, eventually like group polarization is gonna happen, and like whatever you're, like whichever.
Polarization, more like poloization.
Isn't like that? Isn't that like the track team who all take shits together?
Oh god.
Yeah, but I think the track team just do that as a bit.
And what happened with the baseball team and the swim team?
They
The
pissed on
ultimate
the
feud.
floor.
The baseball
baseball
team's
team-
of liberals.
The baseball,
ba-
the baseball,
Just in someone's locker.
and
I
then
don't
they got
know
no
why.
consequences because Kevin Monero is the coach, and then all
Yeah.
the baseball,
But-
the water polo team was.
Yeah. Kevin's just like, yo, listen, let's talk about this, and just
There
like,
was no one. There was no like. No one started the beef that caused the pissing in the locker. They were just like, "I'm going to piss in this locker." It's just
Kind of
stupid.
an ultimate Chad move though. For
It
real.
is kind of a Chad move, but it would be better if you just pissed in their showers
Yeah.
aren't that
without the water on, so then it like seeped into
No.
the grout.
Yo, hear me out. Hear me out. What if you piss into the urinals?
Uh,
No, that's a
No.
bad lad move.
That's counterculture right there. What?
For real.
pissed into the
Imagine-
urinal while standing next to someone else pissing.
Yo, piss into someone else's urinal.
Yeah.
He's
Pissed
like,
into
yo, bro,
someone
can I-
else's urinal from the sink.
Bro, let me get an assist real quick. I'm gonna just shit this.
The
This
guy,
is Indian
guy
urinal.
just notices an extra stream, turns around, and sees you like arcing it from the sink into his urinal.
Bro, you're doing some mortar type shit, like.
Bro, that would be kind of a funny prank. Imagine bringing like a super soaker or something into the bathroom. You just stand on the other side of the bathroom and aim it into someone else's urinal.
Dude, that'd be so good.
I would be baffled if that happened to me. I would just be like, damn, this boy's stream.
I'd be
You
like, it's
fill it
so
with-
precise.
How did he do that?
Oh man, he must
Where
have
can
had
I learn
lots
this
of
power,
dream.
sir?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking measuring wind speeds and shit so you can piss into someone's urinal.
Oh my god. You do like the Tiger Woods, just like crouch down to check the terrain, like, okay.
You gotta do it from inside a stall.
Just like arc it over the stall wall.
Yeah, you gotta make it like a sketch. You're like, oh shit, bro, hold up, my bad. Oh no.
Yeah, because the urinals are always next to the stall, so you probably could do it.
Yeah.
Except in some weirdly laid out airport bathrooms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
rest stop
that's true.
bathrooms too, because they have like the one half is the urinal wall, and then
You
the
know-
other half is like 3 stalls and a sink.
I think it'd be cooler to do it from the ceiling. You just cut out a little hole and you just piss it right down.
Fish from the security camera.
Just from-
Actually, there are no security cameras, are there?
Well, no, you just put one there. Like they'd just be like, "That's kind of weird." And then
Sometimes
turn
I
it.
wonder if like half of the security cameras in the school are just fake ones. So people won't try shit.
No, because they move and look at me sometimes.
People would still try shit even if they all were real. Because even if they were fake, people would still try all that shit.
I would just want to tape like a solo cup onto all of them. Because they're not going to look at all of them at once, and as soon as like half of them are covered in a solo cup, they're going to focus on those ones, and you can cover all the rest.
Dude, senior prank.
That would have been a great senior prank, but they're all canceled.
They're all canceled.
I'm pretty sure that would have been illegal.
Oh, who cares?
What the fuck is the next sport? I
Ultimate
can't even
Frisbee.
tell what it is.
We
Oh,
need to like do a lightning round.
I thought
Yeah.
they had a badminton racket, and I was just baffled. I was like, "What are you doing with a racket while running?
I don't know.
Is this just clothesline as many people as possible?"
No, this is Ultimate Frisbee. I believe Ultimate Frisbee, and I'm sure Ditty will agree with me that it's a strong S tier.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a big brain sport.
It is a big brain sport.
No small brains allowed.
Yeah, get out of here. Unlike golf.
Golf is so boring to watch and ultimately boring to play. Really, the only reason you would actually play golf is if you're A, Michael Jordan, or B, on a business meeting.
Yeah, it sounds fun with your friends though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like,
golf is meant to be played with other people, and you're supposed to just babble. It's just
Yeah.
hit the ball and babble.
Yeah.
can you
and
name me a
comment.
single other sport which is so cool that it gets an adjective in front of it?
Mini golf.
Shit. Isn't that an? Oh wait, fuck. Yeah. Okay. Well,
What
if
adjective
we
do
had
you
mini
think?
golf here, I think that'd also be a solid S tier.
Yeah.
What adjective though?
Yeah.
Ultimate
Ultimate.
Frisbee.
Oh, we're still on ultimate frisbee.
No, we've been talking about golf for like the past, I don't know, a long time. Golf is the sport everyone expects you to be good at, but everyone's actually secretly ass at.
That's a lie. There's a lot of people who could hit par.
Really?
Yeah,
Maybe you
like there's
can.
there's some holes where I'm like, okay, most people would probably be below par on this, but like it's not that hard. You just look at the flag and hit it hard on the first one, and then you get it a little closer on the second one, and then usually you're within putting distance.
What? I think it's so hard to get the swing right though. Like if you can get the swing right, it's money. But like,
Oh yeah, it's a lot about the starting swing.
Yeah. All about the drive.
I know I played for the first time and my drive was just terrible. I actually broke the driver before I even hit a ball with the driver.
Yeah,
I used
you
to
only
take
gotta
golf lessons.
you gotta be pretty good at like setting up your tee at a pretty good height.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just sort of slam it into the ground too hard because you like fucked up the last hole, and then you're like, shit, I just clipped the ball and it's gonna go literally nowhere.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree golf is a sport which was a lot more fun on Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of
true.
I do like watching people drive because they kick the fuck out of the ground.
Yeah, it's so
like
funny.
with the ball, like half of the dirt is gone too.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
They do it like it's nothing.
yeah, and it's like the course will be like extra dry that day. So like if you were to bash that with a baseball bat, your hands would burn from
And all
just
the-
the sheer ringing.
And all the ground skiers are like crying whenever they fuck up the ground so bad.
Oh yeah. The ground.
Yeah, how do they even fix that? Do they have like transplant grass just like
They have buckets of dirt that you put on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Put golf in C, I'd say.
Yeah, C for club.
Ooh, nice.
C for clubbing baby seals.
What's up next?
Darts.
Darts and billiards. Do the bar sports together.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like those are
Billiards-
good B's for the
Billiards S, darts B.
Facts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I get
Nothing
that.
else to say on that.
Because billiards, I love to just dick over other people, and like if
Yeah.
I'm like 5 ahead, I'll just aim fuck, I forget what it's called, the white ball at their ball, and
The
just
cue
hit
ball.
it into a place where they can't fucking get it in the
Dude,
hole.
that's so fun. Yeah.
Also,
Purposely-
I've nearly mastered the bunny hop.
really?
Yeah, and it's the coolest move to do. Because everybody thinks you're some sort of badass, but it's really, really easy.
Yeah.
It's more about just getting it to go to the right spot.
Yeah, and once you learn about spin, you unlock so many things, and people just think you're a god.
Exactly.
But really, you just like hitting the cube off the top or the.
Also,
Yeah.
8-ball on the iPhone is for fucking monkeys.
Yeah. It's for Indian guys on YouTube. No offense,
Facts.
dude.
No, that's all good.
8-ball on the iPhone is so easy.
I fall under the Indian guys on Snapchat category, so as long as we don't go there.
No.
Actually, a lot of the games on the iPhone are really, really easy. Like Cup Pong. I remember somebody was like, "I'm really, really good at Cup Pong," and I was like, "Oh, I've never played it. You can play me, I guess." The first game, I just wiped the floor with them. It's not that hard. You just swipe up. At
Yeah, dude.
varying hard.
I wish Call of Duty had the aim assist that iPhone games had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, put billiards in S and darts in B.
Billiards is so fun. And you can even play it solo with that the diamond one, which is where you have to hit them all in order.
9-ball.
Yeah, that one's so fun.
Yeah.
Cuz I
You don't
always
even-
the last one, like the last two I fuck up and hit the wrong one and then I go fucking damn it.
Yeah, because I'm still like trained with an 8-ball mine, so I'm like gotta say the 8. I hit the 9-ball. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I can get both of them in at once, and then the 8-ball misses and the 9 goes in, and I go.
Yeah.
All right. So next up,
Next.
motorsport.
That's another ambient sport.
Yeah,
Another background one.
It's
Very
not one that you
inaccessible.
actively watch. If you watch it in person, it's notably better than watching it on TV, which
Yeah, but
applies to most sports, but like more so with
Even-
motorsports.
Even
Watching
more so, yeah.
it's not as good as a background sport because like baseball, you can have conversations, and then like you can be like, okay, something exciting's happening. I can pause for a second and watch this. Motorsports, it's so fucking loud, no one can hear you.
Yeah, it's just always the cars going by.
Do you want
Yeah.
to put this on C tier for cars?
Yeah, C tier.
C for cars.
The only
you
good
guys
thing
The
at-
crashes.
Have you
the
guys seen
crashes are
Formula
pretty fun.
Drift though?
Yeah, the crashes are the greatest.
Formula Drift is incredible. It's basically two cars racing against each other, except they're not racing, they're just drifting around the entire track.
Huh.
That's kind of tough.
The poor tires.
Yeah, these teams bring like entire 18-wheelers just full of tires to these events.
That's kind of crazy.
Bro, Michelin Man would be pissed.
Michelin Man would be
Yeah.
happy, man.
He's
I don't
getting
know. Is
bread
it
from
like the
that.
tires his
Yeah.
family though?
Yeah, I think
Losing
the
his-
biggest finesse in human history is the fact that the Michelin Man is the most trusted source for restaurants. Like, what the fuck? He's like, yo, I'm gonna give this shit a star, and you're gonna believe me.
Yeah,
That's
but he's a
actually
fat
true,
bastard. He would know.
True.
He has been all over the world.
like when a fat man says I love that restaurant, well, either it's really really salty and it's probably gonna be shit, or it's a good restaurant. It
Just
depends on the
imagine,
fat.
like, you're in like the 19 somethings, right? And they're like, yo, tire sales are really low. What should we do? He's like, yo, let's just make a fucking restaurant guide.
And now it's like the most coveted. And now it's like the most coveted thing in the world.
Yeah, like,
Dude,
how does that even happen, bro? That's amazing.
Crazy.
Next up is crew.
Yeah.
Crew is for up the butt Ivy League people.
Boats are cool. They have to be like so in sync, bruh. They're like a fucking hive mind and
Well,
shit.
no, I mean, you just have one guy calling it out, and you're just kind of doing it to beat, right? Like, yeah.
No,
yeah.
but still though, like even the delays.
Yeah.
I think Crew is pretty cool. I'd say probably B tier.
Mm-hmm. Although the rewatchability, like, let's be real, like, you can watch it once a month, maybe.
Yeah. that's
Yeah.
true.
Right.
I
Like,
think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to actually do.
True.
Because
There are a
you're
lot
all
of-
there.
There are a lot of better boat sports to watch though. Like
Yeah.
race sailing, shit me. That's sick.
Or naval warfare. Like, that shit's cool.
Straight up real life battleship.
Yeah.
Rest in peace,
Man.
Yamato.
So
Right.
where's
Then-
crew going?
Crew and B
Beef or
tier for
boat?
boating.
Beef. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What about
A
cycling?
A for aquatic.
Cycle.
Tour de France is the only good cycling event
Yeah.
because people
Whoa,
eat
I
mad
don't know.
shit.
Have you seen the Olympic cycling thing where they go like 50 miles an hour?
They go 50 miles an hour in the Tour de France.
Yeah, though it's only good when they're going like 60, because
They're going
then
down
because then those thin ass tires, if they fuck up, they eat shit.
They're dead.
And you gotta have that little sense of danger to make it exciting. Like,
yeah,
you
they're
gotta be
going
like-
down that.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
skeleton in the Winter Olympics.
I want to see
Yeah.
a bike race where they have like ridiculously thin tires. Like, it's like millimeters wide.
I mean, that's basically how it already is.
No,
Oh, shit.
it's like centimeters.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to get air in a tire like millimeters thick. But if they did, holy shit, I'd
You
watch
could-
the hell out of
You could
that.
do one of
Don't
those
you even
airless
put air in it
tires.
at that point? Yeah. That's what
Have
I
you
say,
seen
like-
those?
Yeah, but it doesn't have as good traction.
Yeah.
Because it, like, dude, you would, like, just pebbles in the road would fuck the shit out of you.
Cycling also was majorly tainted by Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
I don't
Testicle.
understand why. Like, dude, he did some steroids. But, I mean, come on, man. It's
Everybody
biking.
does steroids. Talk
Yeah,
about
like-
baseball. Everyone does steroids. Baseball still is like, yeah, I don't really get that.
I
think
don't
he
see the
also said
problem
some
with it.
stuff.
Yeah,
I
they're-
think
Yeah,
he
I
said some
miss-
stuff too.
I miss the good old days when baseball was more about just putting the ball in a specific place rather than slamming it as hard as you can.
Yeah.
It's
No,
now
like-
more caveman than it was.
Look,
That's-
why is it cheating when someone does steroids, but like when you're running a track race with cleats, which make you way faster,
Have
it's
you
not
guys
cheating.
Have you guys
Sorry.
seen the grade A under A video where he basically argues that sports would be way more fun if they just let everyone use steroids?
No, but I'm gonna watch that after
Yeah, but
this.
it would be really stupid because everybody's body has a different reaction to steroids.
There would be the people who got. Dude, imagine all the NFL linebackers in Rory Rage.
Oh my god. There would constantly be fights in football.
For real.
It would be so, like, awful. Because
I'm
you would
pretty
be.
sure like
hockey
offensive
player.
linemen already do use steroids.
Yeah, get the hockey players on roids, dude.
The
They
hockey players
literally
already
kill each
all
other.
are on roids, probably.
No, but they literally kill each other. Like this would
Yeah.
like normally they like try to beat the shit out of each other. This they would actually kill each other.
Damn. See, that's not. I don't think that's prime watching material where they actually die. Like, that's kind
Tennis players would probably just pee their pants and cry more often.
Yeah.
They just
No,
revert
but
back to being a baby.
They would moan louder after hitting the shot. Oh yeah.
If the ref said something they didn't like, they'd probably curl up in a ball and cry and suck their thumb, little fucking baby
Yep.
men.
Their moans would get higher pitched because all the dude's nuts would shrink up. That being said, cycling in D tier.
Yeah, D for not driving.
D
Yeah.
for Lance Armstrong is missing a ball.
Yo, I think he's just operating off of false information. Like someone told him, "Yeah, bro, if you do steroids, your balls get bigger." Oh, that's all you had to say.
Boxing.
Although when you're
Boxing, best sport.
I love boxing. Just the idea of it. It's like we're going back to the roots. This is what humanity is, you know?
It's like
I don't
it's a
think
caveman
humanity
sport, but good.
shit out of each other, but it's still pretty cool.
It's like a caveman sport done right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wish they had boxing but against animals, but that would be significantly more dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have that Spanish bullfighting stuff here, but that would
Yeah,
definitely
but that's not as exciting because they just slowly wear down the bull over time. So
Yeah,
it's cheating.
It's just slowly
Boxing
killing
against
it.
the bull would be tight as shit.
Oh no!
Because you'd just be running and punching the shit out of the bull.
Have you seen rodeos where they're trying to like hang on to the horse while the horse is like doing its
Yeah,
best?
that's pretty tight.
Yeah,
I
that's
saw
pretty
one of
cool.
those. Best entertainment sport I've ever watched. And the way they lasso, oh my god, it's amazing. Like this horse gets so close to hitting the audience, you think it's gonna just break through the fence, and then last minute, just whip, and that lasso gets him like Indiana Jones, and it tames him down again.
I wish there were more people had a higher percentage of Neanderthal in them, because then they would just be able to kick the shit out of stuff and be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Neanderthals are the best things at sports.
Agreed.
True. So boxing, I put above football.
Yeah.
Really
Okay.
above football. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Next up, horse racing.
Horse
I think
racing's
if you're horse
only
racing,
good for
you made
making
it.
money.
Yeah.
Horse racing, what?
It's only good for making money. It is
Yeah.
a boring ass sport.
Horse racing,
And
rowing,
it's over
golf,
so
like,
quick.
It's like it's three. It must be how women think sex is. Like it's just like all that build up for like what 2 minutes.
Well, also if you're
I'll
not
bet you
networking
$100
event, you know?
it'll be done in a minute.
if you're not
yeah.
gambling, it's no fun.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
it's
all
it's a complementary sport, but it's just like in essence. Like,
Yeah, you need to like have $100,000 on like some fucking
Yeah.
or
You
like
have your
just
life
20
savings
bucks.
on it.
It's
You
what the
need to be
gamblers invented to gamble on.
Yeah, you need to
need
be
to have your
spending
life
20
savings
bucks
on a
on a horse nobody believes in just for it to win for no fucking reason, and then
Yeah.
you're just going fucking apeshit because you won like triple what you put in.
Yeah. You need to bet like your life savings on a horse.
I think that's where people on Wall Street go when they're sick of like doing smart investments. They're just like, yeah, fuck
Yeah.
this.
I want something stupid.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
still invest smart in it, which is no fun. You need to invest stupid.
Yeah. I petition to not put odds on these horses. Just say like, yo, fuck it, just put your money down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the betting alone, I'd say B for betting.
you beef
What
for
if
betting.
you're only allowed to bet on the horses based on their name? You have no performance record or anything.
That's how most people
That'd be so
probably do it.
fun.
I
Because
swear
then-
I'm very fast horse.
Yeah.
That would be my
And there'd
name.
be
Please
like
believe
one
me.
named I swear I'm very fast, and then the other would be named like Carmichael. And you'd be like, wow, I like Carmichael.
Yeah. There's so many. It's all about the betting. But I feel like most people just base it on the horse's name.
No, most people who aren't wealthy base it on the horse's name because they're also
Yeah.
just putting like $30 in.
That's true.
And they're like,
it's the sport that grandpas take their grandsons to,
yeah,
and they let the kid bet like $10.
bruh, I'm just saying, if they had a horse named Sexatron 9000, it would get 200 of my dollars. I don't even care if it's ass. That's a stupid name.
So, final sport, beating people with sticks, 2, lacrosse.
Sport.
I strongly dislike lacrosse
The
because
people
I was at a friend's house who plays lacrosse, and he put it in the fucking stupid stick net thing and whipped it at my nuts as hard as he could. And ever since then, I hated the sport. I was just sitting on the couch in his house. I wasn't even playing fucking lacrosse.
Damn.
I think what gets me about lacrosse is like watching it isn't the most entertaining thing. Like it's kind of
No.
hard to keep track
And
of.
the people who play it are so annoying.
Yeah, how are they always like just renowned dickheads?
I don't know. It's kind of uncanny.
I feel like the sport breeds the people and not the people breed the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Like, I
dude,
feel like-
how can you put on a helmet just to get whacked like for 2 hours and then just go on being a normal human being? Like,
Yeah, I feel like if I played lacrosse for like 10 years, I'd probably be a lax bro too. Like,
Yeah.
I'd probably be an insufferable dickhead.
My dad played lacrosse and he was really good at it until he busted his knee, and now he managed to escape the insufferable dickhead part, and he's actually a really nice guy.
That's good.
Well, no, I think it just wears off over time. Like, if you were to just
oh, it's a
drop
withdrawal.
yeah,
Like
if
every
you were
time
to
they
just-
see that stick, they're like, "Oh my god, bro!"
yeah, if you just drop lacrosse, you'd be fine.
Probably, I'd say E tier.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the tier list.
I'm very happy. There's a lot of S tier.
Well, I mean, it's sports. S for
Yeah.
sports.
S for sport.
Cool.
This is a long one.
This is a long one. We don't even have to have a debate.
No, we don't even need to.
So is this it?
I'm really happy with this one.
Yeah, I am too. So yeah, we can move on to the debate, but there is no debate, so we can move on to the empty grass screen.
Should we invite it? Is there anyone in the waiting room?
No.
Anyone? Wow.
No one's even in the waiting room.
No one.
What's up, bitches? It's Jordan. I'm here, bitches. What the fuck is good, motherfuckers?
At first, I thought that was Keenan using a voice changer, and then I remembered his sister's name is Jordan.
Do you know if they ate the cake?
No, they didn't eat the cake.
Wow.
I can't believe your sister said fucking bugger.
Yeah, you said.
Did you even
fucking
warn
bugger.
her,
That's
Keenan?
the #1 rule on the podcast.
What?
How?
You can't say fuck or bugger.
I said, what's up, motherfuckers?
Yeah, that's a swear. You can't. No saying fuck or bugger.
I didn't say fucker bugger.
Stop fucking saying fuck. Okay.
God fucking
Jesus
damn it.
Christ.
I think that can be the Instagram clip.
Yeah.
So are my sports judging services required anymore for tonight, or?
Well, actually, I have one more question to ask you, and that is on the return of Ditty Productions.
Okay, what's your question?
My question is, will Ditty Productions return?
Damn, I gotta ask him, man. Some days he's so hyped, man. He heard here's a beat. I'm just like, whoa, I should do something about it. And then the next day, I'm just like, how about no? How about never do something about it?
You just gotta wait for the inspiration to strike.
I've actually made a lot of stuff in between when I posted my last song, which it's been like a year. Shit, I made a lot of stuff.
Are you and Jaden at Penn State gonna be balling out? with me.
Oh, you know it,
Tracks.
man. The YTTID and Dr. Weed podcast coming soon to a campus near you.
We'll. Dude,
I would
can't
love to
wait
tune
for
in.
it.
I'd love to be a guest. I'm going to Penn State too.
Yeah, we have it's just the dumbest topics. I think you guys have heard about some of the topics, right? You guys talked to Jaden.
Is it actually? I had a meme idea for this podcast. I was gonna do Instagram on Tuesday starter pack, and it was just gonna be a black slide. I don't know.
Dude, I thought my Instagram wasn't refreshing, yo. I was like, what is going on, man?
What's
And
happening?
I have it in dark mode too, so it was literally just white text everywhere.
Yeah. Kind of crazy.
I
I
didn't
mean-
install the new update, so I couldn't see it.
Yo, yeah, my thing with that is like at this point, who isn't aware? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty aware.
You're kind
Probably
of
people
evil.
from India. They don't know.
True. Like,
We need to inform people from India that Black lives do in fact matter.
that is facts, yo. We gotta inform like the 10 black people in India that they matter, yo. This is
They
a
matter,
serious
dude.
issue.
They're probably wealthy as shit, let's be real.
Yeah, like if you're black in India and you've somehow still made it like after centuries of this shit, like you're probably like top.
Yeah. It's probably just some
surviving.
rich guy who moved there because a company told him, hey, we could make you a lot of money if you come do some shit in Bollywood and then you can retire in 2 years. He goes,
I'm reading this like a book called Discovery of India, going through the entire history of India, and nowhere do I see the word black or African American. It's kind of, or just like African. It's kind of strange.
I was gonna say, how discriminatory of India to not have any African Americans.
Yeah, we'll take Africans from everywhere except America. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's be real. India is just white dudes if you left them to white people if you left them to their own devices in a tropical climate.
Interesting. Elaborate
they-
on that a little bit.
Because they were like they came from Europe
Mhm.
and they started out pale and then over time they just got darker because of the climate because it was necessary. But I don't know, I feel like the
True.
whole culture is if first off we never discovered like not slavery but we never started colonizing shit and yeah we're just left to our own devices.
Yo, that's interesting. Like when Hitler was saying, "Oh, the Aryan race is superior," was he thinking about all those Indian people just chilling, just like, because
Because they're like the people who died off when they wandered into India. Because they don't
no,
really.
the
tan
Aryans
well.
are like the basis of like the caste system and everything. Like that's how it all started. Because like the Aryans came in and they're like, "Yo, there's so much shit going on here. We're trying to like be at the top," and like they started organizing everything.
Yeah, but they probably needed to be at the top because they were like biologically not very well suited for the climate.
Yeah, that could have been. that could have-
Aryans don't tan well.
They're just
Wait, were they even white though? Like because they came from the steppes, which isn't Europe.
They did start like a lot paler. That's why there's like a lot of like. That's why they like look up to paler people. At least they did way back when, because there were like. So the Europe also came from the steppes, and then they bred with Neanderthals, which made people from Europe a lot more hardy because Neanderthals are OP. They are broken.
They are.
They are so powerful.
They need to
If
be
they were
nerfed.
still alive today, they would kill the shit out of all of us.
They got nerfed big time for real.
Well, no, because they never needed to use projectiles because they were too strong. And
Yeah, and we
projectiles
just-
are like the best tool ever made.
Yeah. If they could though, they'd rule the world.
Yeah, if they ever developed that need, which they wouldn't have, because they could literally tank maybe 3 hits from a woolly rhino, which was insane.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah, bro. Imagine now, like somebody walking up, getting bashed by a rhino 3 times, and getting up and walking off, and then still killing the rhino.
It's absolute insanity.
Fuck, man. Old humans were way cooler.
They really were. We should
Agreed.
wrap this up.
Yeah, we
fellas.
should wrap this
Yeah,
up.
we should. This is one of the very, very well known Keenan end of the podcast tangents. Like the fucking banana tangent, which I thought you ended the podcast.
Now, we all did learn a lot about Gross Michael bananas and their successors, the...
Fuck this stupid Cavendish banana. Fuck it.
God,
Gross
Thank
Michael
God
is superior.
Alright,
Goddamn
thank you everyone.
All right, yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys. Yeah, this was enjoyable.
Thanks for
I like this
coming.
podcast.
Thans for.
You're welcome on any
It's my
time.
pleasure. Thank you. I might take you up on that for an upcoming podcast.
Alright.
Cool.
Thanks everyone. It's
All
been
right,
a
yeah,
time.
good night,
Watching.
guys.
See ya.
See it.